Hi, I'm Joanne Morris with the Newburyport Documentary Film Festival, and today I'm interviewing the director from the short film The Boxes of Brule, Jessie Adler, as well as some young women who are a big part of the film as well. I'm going to start with Jessie. I do always want to ask, how did the film come to be made? What gave you the idea for this? What caused you to go to the other side of the country to film this? I'd love to hear where it all started.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having us, Joanne. It's nice to bring the film to Newburyport and great to have the chance to talk with you and some of our cast members. The film started, it was my thesis project in grad school. And prior to grad school, I was working with an organization called Earth Rights International doing human and environmental rights work with communities in the Mekong and Amazon region, the majority of which were indigenous and ethnic minority communities. And during that time was also when Standing Rock was happening, and I was seeing a lot of the media coverage happening over there and seeing the similarities between the mistreatment of our indigenous people. And so I knew when I got to grad school that I wanted to share indigenous women's perspectives. And I spent a little bit of time at Standing Rock and met an artist named Ursula Young Bear Aldridge. And when it came time to do my thesis, I reached out to her, and she told me about what Shayona was doing. And the idea of using boxing as a way to combat depression and addiction and suicide felt really powerful to me.
Oh,
so we just touched base on Facebook, and it went from there.
Did you start off intending it to be a short or long? Did you think it might be a feature? Did you have a time in mind?
I still don't know how to judge that as a documentary filmmaker. I mean, I know that there is absolutely enough there to make a feature, to make an episodic series. And there's plenty of issues that need to be addressed and plenty of incredible characters to bring you through their stories. But in terms of the time frame of my thesis project, a short was more manageable.
Understand, yeah. So I want to ask a few questions of Lacosta. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. So I always wonder when I see people on film, because I can imagine how difficult it must be to have this crew around you. I don't know how long they were with you. Did you find it uncomfortable? Did you ever you got used to them? I mean, didn't even notice a camera person around you?
For me, it was kind of always kind of a weird thing, like being watched and like making the wrong move and like maybe saying something wrong or not, like just there's eyes on you and someone else is gonna see it. It was kind of always I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but I wasn't used to it.
Yeah, I can imagine, but I felt like at least what I saw, was in the film, all of you seemed so comfortable and genuine and didn't seem to really be paying too much mind to it. So it did come across very positively. So I was very impressed. Do you miss the filming at all, or you're happy to move on?
I think it was a good time for me then. Yeah. I can't say I'm kind of on the line right now because I had to kind of build a schedule around it. I wasn't, I was a 13-year-old little girl trying to go play with my friends all day. But
oh, right. When you finally saw the film, what did you think of it? Do you think it was accurate and portrayed everyone as they are?
Yeah, and a lot of it was well put together and showed all sides, perspectives of everything, and was just well pieced together and showed everything she's trying to get across the board.
Have you seen it more than once?
Yeah, I have a link and stuff to it and the password. When I'm bored, I go and watch it.
it obviously deals with a lot of serious issues, but I also love the lighthearted moments. I love that little kitten that was being fed with the water, and then there was just the on camera, someone making a comment and someone saying something off camera, and I can't remember who it was, but she turned and she was like mouthing, shh, it was just really, it added a nice touch to help, because obviously there's some serious topics that are dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Kind of in the mood.
Yeah, I think it helps to balance it. But what are your thoughts about the boxing team? Was it really valuable for you?
Yeah, with me, I was kind of really dedicated to it, because knowing that, everyone was family, or I was related to them, and it really was a heartfelt thing, knowing that it's getting across everywhere. And with the boxing, it was kind of something I grew up with and was taught. And it's like, cool, now I get to do this right now, because I didn't do it since I was like 6. So it was a long gap between it, and I kind of took leadership. I was kind of like bossy, I was kind of a bossy person, and it was my way or the highway with things, and and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I've chosen to take a break due to some jaw problems. I think last December I broke my jaw.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah, that was a big setback for me, kind of paused. So I'm kind of focusing on strength training, and I'm playing basketball for AAU now.
Oh, great. Very good.
Yeah.
But you could maybe get into it again someday. You know how to do it. You have that.
Yeah, maybe here in a couple months I'll start up, because it's most definitely something I want to pursue in my future.
That's so good. So I understand you're at a school now. Did you say an hour and a half away from home?
Yeah, hour and a half. I moved March.
So you pursuing your education. Do you have dreams that things you're thinking of career-wise, or is it too early to think about that?
Right now, I'm looking to play college basketball.
Great.
And from there, I'm either a nurse, and I plan on getting my CNA in a couple of months to see if that is something I really want to pursue. If not, I really enjoy teaching. So like a grade school teacher
Oh, that's
would
great.
be awesome for me.
Is there anything you'd like to clear up that people might misunderstand about Native Americans and what it's like to live on a reservation?
There's more problems than you think. Yeah, that's kind of a big term for me, because even me being there and being younger, it was kind of all like blinded. And then when I got older, I realized not many people make it out, and I was blessed, one of many, to make it out and hopefully have a future and battle these battles people face. Almost 90% of people face depression, if they know it or not.
Really?
And I've overcame it, and I still struggle with it. And it was kind of a big thing for me. It took a big toll on my life and the way I see things, and yeah, it's not as easy to leave as it is. Even some days.
Yeah, I wonder about that, and
some days it's not. I like want to give up and just go home and live in my grandma's basement and just stay there forever. But and not many people have the resources I have. Was to get off the res and to leave and get a higher grade of education.
Well, we definitely wish you luck. We know you do well with all the boxing lessons you learned will help. Now, when you on the reservation, though, there were some shots that looked very beautiful there. I've never been there, but and it looked like it would get hot. But I'm just curious, do you get snow too? I mean, real extremes in weather?
Yes, everything. Summer summer 100-degree summers and negative 10-degree winters, and everything in between.
Well, that's similar to here, so we're glad it's not just us.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring Jessie back in and to say, you know, we realize like as a filmmaker, you must have so many hours of footage that you shot, and it must be so hard to decide what to keep and what not to keep. Did you struggle with that, or did you have just enough?
No, I had, it was around 100 hours. I can't remember if it was just over or just under, but it was around 100 hours. And yeah, it was definitely a struggle. I think a lot of the themes that we were dealing with were, are very complex. And so to figure out how to give enough information so that you're doing justice to the story and the situation, but not too much so that you're either overwhelming the audience or, you know, taking things in a direction that, in too many different directions is a very difficult balance. And then the longer I was there, it's like the more people that you meet and the more people you want to get involved. And actually, Brooklynn is on with us now, and maybe she wants to talk a little bit about boxing or life in Lower Brule. But she was someone who was away during a lot of the filming, and then came back, and then so then we filmed a little bit with her, and I've filmed with her grandmother and her sisters, and if we ever get to do a feature, which possibly we would be able to, it'd be nice to be able to expand it to include them, because they're such an important part to this story. But Brooklynn, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about.
Hi, Brooklynn. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. Well, there was a couple times where Jessie recorded us girls, and it was a really fun experience. And like Lacosta said, like depression is a hard thing to go through, and I don't know.
Do you want to talk at all about what boxing, kind of the tradition of boxing in Lower Brule, or what it's meant to your family?
Yeah, like my whole family pretty much boxed. Like most of the Zieglers boxed, and like I don't know, most of my family boxed, and my uncle taught my mom how to, or she was pretty much her trainer and taught her throughout her life. And then she almost went to like one of the big like boxing matches. And yeah, I always used to go and watch her box.
What do you think it did for her? Why do you think she got meaning from it?
Maybe just to let out anger, and makes her feel good about herself.
Yeah. And so you've moved around a little bit the past couple of years. Are you happy to be back in Lower Brule?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain a little bit about the place and what you like about it, going down to the river?
Yeah, when I was driving downhill the other day, a bunch of people were picking up trash and mowing the lawn. I'm like mowing this by the sidewalk, like on the sidewalk going down the hill. They were mowing it and picking up all the trash. They're like all around Brule.
Yeah. So
What did you think of the film when you saw it? Were you surprised by anything, or did it seem accurate to you?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was nice to watch it. Just and I felt a lot of good energy from it.
And Brooklynn and Shilea came to New York last October for one of the festivals, the Hamptons International Film Festival. So Brooklynn got to come to her namesake borough.
Really?
Her mom was born in Brooklyn, and
that's
named her
great.
after the borough.
Yeah, that was really fun. We walked across the bridge, and yeah.
That must have been fun. I know I wanted to ask that when you go to your festivals, it would be great to bring some of them with you. It would have been great to bring some to all of them to Newburyport. We would have loved that.
Yeah, that was one of my hopes, in submitting for the festivals, because these girls have been such a big part of my life the past few years. I've been speaking about the project and everyone involved, and so I knew people at home would be excited to meet them. So next year.
I know. Well, I think I was mentioning on the call the other day that we work so hard to bring all the filmmakers to our festival. Obviously, we're not this year, but we will make up for it next year. We're hoping we'll be live again, and because that's one of the parts the community loves. They love meeting the filmmaker, and they love meeting the film subjects. So it would be really wonderful to make that happen. So
yeah,
it's on my list already.
Brooklyn, I'm curious, how was it watching the film with the audience?
It was kind of nice because like I saw all the other films, and like when I saw ours, it kind of like, I don't know, it made me feel happy, and like everyone really liked it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I think just the energy of the audience and just seeing, I would imagine to be able to see yourself through the audience's eyes would feel really good when that's maybe not necessarily how you've been taught to view yourself.
Did you have a live Q&A after, and were the girls part of it?
Yeah, they got asked questions and stuff.
We did that one, and then we did one at SVA for the students there.
Oh, that's great. Well, I hope there's many more. Are you still being invited to festivals and still working that, or moving to the next film?
Yeah, I think I just submitted to the last one. So there are potentially more, throughout this year.
Yeah.
But then we'll work on the next phase and getting it more into more community screenings and educational, and potentially larger distribution online.
But we've had several short films in our festival that went on to be a feature. That they would go from that, they were able to raise the funds. So that would be fantastic. We would love to see that. And you're from Newburyport as well, right, Jessie?
I am born and raised in Newbury.
That is great. So that's it's always wonderful when we have someone who's local. It's just a real plus for us. So we're very excited. So we're looking forward to our festival. Starts this Friday. Your recommended time is on Saturday, but the festival is virtual, so someone can watch the film anytime over the 7 days. So I want to thank everyone. We really enjoyed this. We're going to take it to a close now, and we'll probably get this sent out to everyone we can, and encourage them all to watch the film. But thank you very much.
Thanks, Joanne.
Bye. Bye, girls.
Cheryl, we're having fun, girl. Sure wish you were here, man.